Welcome to another week of the random public questions. Feels like something's over my shoulder. Is it this way? Huh? Nothing there. As you can tell by the theme of the map, it's the Halloween month. It's the best month, spooky month. So, questions for the next month will be themed around the spooky. Didn't catch it. What was that? Must have been the wind.
I accidentally clicked the wrong fucking button.
Must have been the wind. So yeah,
I clicked the wrong fucking button.
so the next 4 videos will be all themed around Halloween as planned. So this is number 1. So 3 left to go after this. So let's just get right into the video. And I'm here with
Kiwi.
I'm asking favorite candy. What is it? What's your favorite candy?
Ooh, this is a tricky one.
I know.
I go for a Hershey, bro. Hershey.
Good old Hershey.
Hershey's
Hershey.
good. Hershey's a good.
What's
Yep.
your least favorite or think that is the most overrated?
Milk Duds.
Least overrated candy would be Skittles, the sour ones.
True.
And my least would be what I haven't eaten before is Sour Extreme.
Sour Extreme? I think I've heard of those. I don't think I've ever had it. That person said boo. That person did not like your answer.
Damn.
And then, do you have any crazy, like, trick-or-treat stories from your good old trick-or-treat days?
Shoot. No, not really. To be honest, not really. No.
Do you have a favorite costume that you went as a kid?
I can talk. Oh man, every year as a kid for Halloween, I've always went into a Transformers costume. I was really into the Transformers a lot when I was young.
Multiple
Yeah.
Transformers, or
Yeah.
one you went as most?
The one I went in most is Optimus Prime. So
Optimus
that's the one I
Prime,
went with
good
all
old
the time.
Prime.
Yep.
Thank
Yep.
you. Some good answers. Thank you again for your time. That was.
You're welcome, man.
And I'm here with.
Jay.
And I'm asking favorite candy. You have some time to think.
Probably Reese's.
Reese's,
Yeah.
good.
Reese's are good.
Is there a certain cup size you like require with that? Because I can't eat the little miniature ones. I feel like it's too much peanut butter chocolate. But the like normal size cups are perfect for me. Or can you eat them all and not care?
I like the normal cups. Yeah.
Normal cups. Yeah, that's a weird question.
What's your favorite cup size? What's your favorite cup size?
in context of the Reese's, it makes sense.
Yes.
Because it is a Reese's cup.
What's your favorite cup size?
There we go. That's the TikTok clip. What's your favorite cup size? Out of context. And then least favorite candy, or one that you think is the most overrated.
Like those little circus peanuts.
Little
Those are
circus
so nasty. Like the candy.
The ones you get to break open and
so
stuff.
disgusting.
Oh, those. Oh God, I had those once.
Gummy ones.
Never
They're like
again.
Orange.
I will never do that again. And then, do you have any cool
those are
trick or treat stories or crazy trick or treat stories?
When I was like younger, I was like 10, these like teenagers came up to me and I was sitting on a staircase waiting for my mommy to come back. And they like kind of robbed my candy. Like they just came up to me like trick or treat, and then I was like all scared and they stole my fucking candy, and I called one of them a whore. And I started laughing and I ran away. Yeah. that's my trick or treat story.
Do you have a favorite costume as a kid?
That's all I have. My maid costume. No, no context in that. It was a trend, and I thought it was hot.
So you did maid?
It was. That trend was nice.
What's the bed that I never made costume?
Okay, well, thank you again. That was
Jay, that was me, Jay.
and I'm here with
Fair point. If I do a weird voice, it's primal.
Primal. Yeah.
You probably can't see
And then-
that's what I can.
You know, favorite candy.
My favorite candy, I'm in a tie between paydays and dark strawberry chocolate.
Paydays are way underrated. I can agree with that. What do you think is probably your least favorite candy, or one that you just think is like people are like, man, this candy is amazing. You've had it and you're like, no, this is
Starburst.
Starburst. I can see that. There's like one or two good Starburst flavors. But I guess that's all depending on your
Exactly, the yellow ones and the red ones.
yes, man taste. And then, do you have any cool or crazy trick or treat stories?
Well, whenever I was around like 12 or 13, I kept two bags. I had my candy bag and a bag that I had different masks in, because my costume I was wearing was a bloody hoodie and ripped jeans. So I had like 4 or 5 different masks in my other bag
Being shower kid.
that fit with the outfit, and I go to each house about 4 or 5 times.
Oh, that's great, especially if you find a good house that gives like good candy. Then you're just like, well, time to farm this house. real
I
quick.
didn't go to the house that was handing out toothbrushes and toothpaste.
We hate those people. Don't do that, okay? You know,
Everyone
Halloween
hates
is
those
about
people.
fun. Don't be a fun ruiner. And then what?
Don't be a bitch.
True. And then favorite favorite costume as a kid going trick or treating.
The Grim Reaper from Billy and Mandy.
Good character. Love that show and I love that character. Though my favorite character from that is what's his name? Fred Fredburger. Best character.
Oh yeah. Very underrated.
But thank you again. That was
Primal.
and I'm here with
Royalty and Cheeto.
am asking favorite candy.
Laffy Taffy. I think
Is there a certain flavor or just in general?
it's just. I really don't care as long as it's Laffy Taffy.
You?
Probably. I think it's called the Sour Patch. Not the Sour Patch Kids. It's like the ropes. Of sour.
I know what you're talking about. Those are pretty good.
Yeah.
So far, I'm surprised I haven't had multiple answers, and it hasn't been like the basic candies. And then least favorite, or one that you think is most overrated. And if you say Reese's, I'm kicking you up off of you.
Twizzlers. I hate
Twizzlers.
Twizzlers. I hate it with a passion.
Yeah. Twizzlers and licorice, I'd say.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually fucking hate Twizzlers.
And you said Twizzlers too?
Yeah.
Twizzlers are horrendous. Don't ever give me that. I will literally hang you with it. I'm sorry, but like.
And then unfriend. And then crazy or funny trick or treating stories as a kid.
I actually was chased by a clown.
Oh, that is
with a
terrifying.
fake knife when I was probably in my 15. Yeah, 15.
I'd still be terrified by that now.
It was like maybe 10 at night. It was still late where everybody was out trick-or-treating. We went down this dark road, and all we could hear was like footsteps coming towards us, just going. And turned back to see a clown chasing us, and we just started running. We didn't
book
stop
it.
for like a good 2 miles.
I would not blame you. And then, what about you, Cheeto?
I'd say my most memorable memory, not too crazy, but I think I was Darth Vader this year, or maybe I was just some like hooded costume figure. And when I went to this house, this lady was like, "Oh, show me who's under the mask." And it was just really weird thing to ask. So I was very awkward. I was like, okay.
That is kind of creepy. I've never had someone like, "Hey, show me under the mask." They were just like, "Oh, great costume. Here you go."
Yeah. Yeah, it was a little weird.
They were looking for something specific to give extra candy to.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
favorite costumes as kids.
Inflatable dinosaur. I loved it. I love my inflatable dinosaur.
I still want an inflatable dinosaur.
I still have it,
Wait.
actually.
How old were you? Were you
This
like
is, like,
teenager?
Last year.
Oh, okay. I was imagining like a little tiny like inflatable dinosaur.
Little 7-year-old running around with a inflatable dinosaur.
Yeah, I actually went to school with it, and people just started chasing me around the school because I was wearing it.
And then you, Cheeto.
Keep disconnecting.
Oh.
I'd probably have to agree with my child self and say that my favorite costume is a tiger costume, kind of like the fluffy or stuffed head, full body costume that I had probably when I was like 6 or something.
That sounds kind of cool. Kind of unique. Versus everybody that just wears like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you know, Batman, Superman, superhero thing. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. That was again.
Royalty.
And Cheeto.
Thank you again. And I'm here with.
I got you. Raccoon.
I'm asking favorite candy. What is it?
Favorite candy? Milky Way. That's an easy one.
Milky Way?
I know a lot of people don't appreciate it, but it's caramel, it's nougat, and it's chocolate all unpacked like one little chocolate bar. It's so good. That or mini M&Ms. I don't
Oh,
know
mini
why, but
M&Ms are
mini
way
M&Ms
underrated.
Hit different.
I agree to
They
that.
hit different. And now they got those big tubes. Oh,
And
those
then,
are so good.
least favorite, what you think is most overrated?
Snickers.
Snickers? I can see that.
I think it's the most overrated. Everybody talks about Snickers. There's like that commercial, like, "Oh, you're hungry, eat a Snickers bar." Like, everybody's like, Snickers is so good. And like, I had it. I'm allergic to peanuts, but I still ate it. And like, it was not worth it in my mind. It was not worth the
Not worth
allergic
dying
reaction.
for. Because that's like.
Pieces, that's worth the allergic reaction. But
True.
like, Snickers not worth it at all. Oh my god.
And then,
Kids are mid-AF.
and then, I can agree to that. Especially since they're sour for like 1/10 of a second and then they're just
I like
flavorless.
Sour Patch Watermelon. No. Sour Patch Watermelon is a whole different level. It doesn't lose flavor. It's so good. It's my only, when I eat Sour Package, only the watermelon kind. Only kind to buy.
Sounds like it's probably the only good one. And then, do you have any crazy or fun? Sorry, don't mind,
Only in VR
don't
chat.
mind the guard dog.
Only in VR chat. Bruh, you're sitting next to a freaking clown. Ooh, well, an anime girl barks at a Demogorgon. You can only get that in VR chat.
True.
Oh my god.
That is why VRChat is unmatched. Okay,
Exactly.
and then, Focus. Any crazy or fun trick-or-treat stories from as a kid?
His dad must have beat him.
Crazy or fun? Wait, sorry, the child interrupted. Crazy or fun? What?
Trick-or-treat story as a kid.
Oh, I have a pretty funny one. So when I was like really young, of course your parents take you out, right?
Yeah.
So my mom took me out to trick or treat, and I don't remember what the fuck I was wearing. I was trick or treating this like neighborhood. There was a bunch of like high school kids. It was later at night, so like less kids were out. Better candy was there, and I was walking down this street, and this guy in a werewolf mask started following me and my mom, and like I got terrified because he just kept following me, and then he started barking and like howling and like running at me, and so I started running around a truck in someone's fucking driveway. I'm just running around hiding behind the truck, and the guy's chasing me, and so my mom came up and started whooping his ass and being like, "Get the fuck away from my daughter, you dumbass." And that was funny, but I think the only one that has to match that one is when I was a little bit older. I think I was like about 10. I was getting ready for Halloween with one of my best friends, and the doorbell rings, and so we like look through my window. It's Halloween night. We look through the window and we see a clown at our front door.
Oh,
like, what the fuck
that
is
scared the
going
shit
on?
out of me.
And we live in apartments, right? It's not like houses, it's apartments. So we're like looking out the window of our apartment, and it's a townhome, so we're on the second story. And we go down, and we had this fenced like gate, iron gate door, and then the front door. So we slowly open the door. We hear the rev of a chainsaw, immediately slam the door, or run upstairs, and the dogs are barking. My mom's like, "What the fuck is going on?" Well, she grabs the shotgun. She opens the door. There's the iron gate, and the dogs are like barking at him. And she's like, "If you don't get off my fucking property right now, I will let these dogs out and I will shoot you." And the guy's like, wait, it's me." She's like, "Who's me? What are you doing on my property, scaring my daughter and her friend?" And he's like, it's me." And it was the dude that wanted to fuck my mom. Like had a crush on her, and he thought this would be funny to dress up as a scary like clown and scare her kid. And he proceeded to tell her, "Oh yeah, this is a real chainsaw. I just took the chain off." And we're like standing there like, why the hell did you think this was gonna be a good idea in any sense? And so that was before the clown craze. And so then when the clown craze hit, I was already prepared. I was ready. I was like, "Oh, if I see one of these bitches, I'm gonna go at it." Like it was perfect. I was prepared.
That is a great story. And then last question.
Hey, I got a lot of great stories.
Last question. Do you have a favorite like costume from when you were a kid?
Oh, when I was a kid? Let's see. I wore a lot of costumes, and my mom worked really hard to make them authentic as possible. So like when I did like an Egyptian, and she tried to make it as like accurate as possible, and it was really cute because I was Cleopatra, and then my grandpa was Caesar, and it was just the adorable, like most cutest thing on the planet. But I think the one that I loved the most was my Dia de Muertos. And that's because if you're from like LA or California area, there's like Olvera Street, which is all authentic Mexican. Like it's authentic clothes, food. It's like it celebrates the heritage and everything. And I'm part Hispanic, and I never really got to grow up with my culture. So we went down and we got a skirt, we got a top, we got like the hair and like the flowers, and like this, like I forget what it's called, but it's like a white piece that you would wear on church days, and you would put it in your hair and then a veil. And so it was all authentic. And then we like did my face like skeleton, and and here's the best part, I wore it to Chinese school because I went to Chinese school for 6 years every Saturday. So a bunch of Chinese students, you know, full blown like only Chinese is able to speak there. and I'm in a freaking
You just walk in with
Dia de Muertos.
what up, guys?
costume. I'm like, dude. I have this little white girl in a freaking Hispanic costume at the Chinese school, and I think that was the best. And then I won the pumpkin carving contest, so that was just like an added bonus for that. That was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you. Those are great stories. And thank you again. That was.
Raccoon.
Thank you again for your time. I'm here with.
Love you, bunny.
I'm asking, what's your favorite candy or sweet?
I'd probably have to say Reese's Pieces.
A Reese's fan. Finally, the first Reese's is the favorite. I know this. I think the other person said Reese's was their favorite because that led to a funny, out of context thing. But least favorite or one that you think is overrated by people.
Least favorite is Twizzlers. Oh, ghost.
That is the second or third least favorite for the Twizzlers. People really hate Twizzlers, and I don't think they're that great. They're okay. But Halloween story or trick-or-treating story. What could be funny, crazy?
So yeah, I do have a trick-or-treating story. So when I was younger, me and my cousins would run and like go to all the houses on the block. And I think it's funny because one time we got so far ahead of our parents, we had to wait for like 20 minutes, just wait for them to catch up because they were with like the little kids.
And do you have a favorite costume as a kid?
Funny story. I was actually a witch for like 5 years in a row, not by choice.
Not by choice. So is that your?
No.
Did it still end up being a favorite or?
Oh no, not my favorite. My favorite was probably a cheerleader when I was really young.
Cheerleader?
Yeah.
Did you ever become an actual cheerleader at school, or was it just for Halloween?
No, that was not my scene. Just for Halloween, yeah.
Is there any costume you really wanted to ever do, but you never did?
Good question. I don't think so. I usually never really thought about that until last minute. Oh, actually, there was one. A hot dog. I was a hot dog. I had seen a kid one year, and then the next year, I was like, man, I gotta be a hot dog. And I was the next year.
You were just a giant hot dog.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then I think that's it. That's a good few questions. Thank you again for your time. And that was
what?
your name.
Fluffy Bunny.
And I'm here with.
Hi, I'm Katie.
I'm asking, what is your favorite candy?
Favorite candy? Well, 100% have to be Kit Kats.
Kit Kat's a good choice.
Love Kit Kats.
And is there one that like your least favorite? That you're just like, if someone gives it to you, you're gonna throw it back in their face?
Fucking candy corn or those candy pumpkin things. Like, no.
I used to love those as a kid, but now, like, it's probably because it's just like pure sugar. So as a kid, you're like, yeah. Once you get older, you're like, it's waxy, it's terrible, it's awful. And then,
absolutely. It's, no.
Is there one candy you think is overrated by people? It's not bad, not good, but it's just like people hype it up and it's okay.
Snickers.
There's a lot of Snickers hate. Like third person's like Snickers overrated.
They are. I'd rather have a what's it called? A Babe Ruth over Snickers any day, every day.
Baby Ruth is so underrated. That one just hits like a sweet spot that like nothing else does.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Exactly.
next, do you have any crazy or funny Halloween like trick-or-treating stories from the young ages?
The young years. So one year I went as like a vampire one year, and like it's not necessarily that it's like funny, but like my mom had a really bad injury at work and they held her in the hospital overnight, so I had to go to her boss's house. So I was trick-or-treating with her boss's kids. And I got really shitty candy that year. Really shitty candy. And I my mom came back and I was like, are you okay? Are you okay? Because I thought she was dying. I was like 7, 8 years old. I thought she was dying. She was held in the hospital. I didn't know better. And they were like, oh no, she just got a really bad cut on her finger. And they wanted to make sure the stitches were going to take and they weren't going to rip out again. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I looked at her and I was like, you want me candy?
Yeah.
And she's like, why? You got plenty of candy. I'm like, it's shit.
Yeah.
It's shit.
There's nothing more worrisome as a kid than when your parents in the hospital, because they don't tell you anything, so you're just like kind of like
exactly. Well, this was okay, so keep in mind, this is like back in like 2003 or 4. Kids didn't have cell phones back then. Like, if you're a little kid, you did not have cell phones back then. So like, I didn't have any way to contact my mom or dad except for house phone. And like, yeah, I was SOL. I just had to go for word of mouth, like, everything's okay.
Yeah.
Like, my mom's phone, like, her cell phone, didn't even, like, flip up or take pictures. We didn't get anything like that until we moved to, Missouri later on, but yeah.
2004 was the second year I ever lost out on trick-or-treating because of weather. Because I lived in Florida at that time, and we took Charlie, Francis, Ivan, and Jean within, like, 2 months roughly of each other. So yeah, my area was not good after those storms. So luckily, like, the neighborhood did like a little trunk or treat thing, but it, obviously wasn't much because everybody was cleaning up and stuff. So it was at least something, but you missed out on that full experience. And the other time was in '99 when Florida was on fire and everything was shut down. So and then last question.
Go ahead.
Is there a favorite costume you had as a kid that you went as?
So I had a really, really bad stint with cats when I was growing up. So I went as my mom, she does a lot of sewing, so she actually made me, like, my own, like, little, cat outfit and whatnot. I had paws, I had, like, little booties I went over my shoes. And like I had a tail and everything. I fucking loved that outfit. Like, the hood came up and there's cat ears on it. I was the happiest little kid ever. My own cat costume that no one else had. So I was so happy.
It's like, 'cause most kids always go as like, the superhero or whatever's like popular. Like now it's Fortnite and more Minecraft and stuff like that. I see everywhere. You don't see the unique costumes.
My mom also, for years and years and years, so her name is Jeannie, and she would go as a genie. Like, she would dress up and hand out candy as a genie, and I didn't make the connections because I didn't know what genies were. I was like, oh, Mom! Like, that's just Mom. She's like, I'm a genie. I'm like, I know you're a genie. You're my mom. Like, of course. So yeah.
I do that now as every year. I dress up as Shaggy. So I even shaved like my goatee down to look like his from the stuff. And like when I used to have my Great Dane, I would have my Great Dane at the door with me. So I do like the whole Scooby Shaggy thing.
Cute.
So I miss my Great Dane. But thank you again for your time. And I know you do TikTok, so if you want to plug your TikTok, Oh, you did? TikTok said too much.
The TikTok hates me. I don't know. I'm fully clothed. Like, this would be the outfits that I would wear in my TikToks, and I got taken down.
I've seen
It was
far
just-
worse
I
that's
don't know.
been up for like months.
I know! I know! I know! I don't understand.
TikTok
I
just
don't
hating out here.
understand. Absolutely, their algorithm's horrible, and like the people that do the reviews and stuff like that are bots. Like, they're not actual people.
Yeah.
Like the stuff that when you get banned from a bot. You don't get banned from someone like investigating a report or anything like that. You get banned from a bot.
Yeah. I can kind of get it because how many videos they haven't posted a day, but at the same time, it still sucks.
They should hire more people.
They're probably
Just
making
using
more than
bots.
enough money.
Oh yeah, absolutely. From all the ads and all that, yeah.
But, well, thank you again. Sorry for the TikTok, man.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Thank you for watching video 1 of 4 of these. I hope you enjoyed the questions, the answers. This is probably like my favorite answer so far. I had best guests on this one, easy. I think everybody was more loose. Everybody enjoyed the questions and had some good answers and stuff. Nothing too stiff. So yeah, we'll see what happens next week. Which one am I doing next week? Costumes and Halloween party stories. So that one should be just as interesting as this one, if not even better. Because that one will be more older adjusted. And then after that, we're doing movies, which will have a new backdrop for that one. So, thank you. Do the like and subscribe stuff, all that, YouTube stuff. Click the little bell so it goes ding ding. And yeah, see you in the next video.